clouds, guitar strumming, boots on dusty ground. Freedom's our king, no rules to be found. In crafty den we lose our chains, run with wolves through the midnight rains. Roaring thunder of untamed souls, crafty den where we let it all roll. Rooster won't crow here, night still our friend. No morning worries, love till the end. Clinging to passion in this wild blend. Hearts beat as one, we don't ever bend. Rooster won't crow here, night still our friend. No morning worries, love till the end. Clinging to passion in this wild blend. Hearts beat as one, we don't ever bend. Crafty den where dreams won't die. Stars and black skies guide us high. We find ourselves in shadows lie. Rise like phantoms into the night. Whiskey fires in our souls ignite. Feathered hats and leather tied, sing away all of life's fights. Rise like phantoms into the night. Whiskey fires in our souls ignite. Feathered hats and leather tight, we sing away all of life's fights. Here in Crofty Den we'll be
Oh, hey, everybody! How we doing today? Welcome in on fire. Welcome in there, Squeal. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for coming by and hanging out in the den. And on fire. Title has changed again. What do you mean? Is it? Oh, crap. Yes, it did. 1 second there, guys. I don't know why that's a thing. Thank you, On Fire, for pointing that out there. Let's fix that. No, it's on my end as well. Ugh. Gotta love Kick, guys. Gotta love Kick. Yeah, it is not World of Warcraft, guys. Hmm. There we go. Alright, sorry about that, guys. Appreciate you letting me know about that there, On Fire. Thanks. Yay! I feel accomplished. Got something done that's seemingly difficult to do for some reason. Right. How you guys doing today? So we're starting a new segment here on in the den. Called The Natural Den, and it is a series dedicated to providing you with all the information you will ever need to know about the outdoors. More specifically, about using the outdoors and camping when you're camping, fishing, hiking, etc., etc. And tonight we are starting with the very basics. So a little something called Leave No Trace. So if you're new here, welcome into the den. If you are not, welcome back, all my awesome pack mates.
Hey there, nature lovers. Today I'm going to take you through the 7 principles of Leave No Trace. These guidelines are essential for anyone who wants to enjoy the great outdoors while preserving it for future generations. So let's dive right in. First up, plan ahead and prepare. This means knowing the rules and regulations of the area you're visiting, packing appropriately, and being ready for any weather conditions. Research the terrain, wildlife, and potential hazards. A little preparation can make a big difference in how you impact the environment. Next, travel and camp on durable surfaces. Stick to established trails and campsites to avoid disturbing fragile ecosystems. When you camp, try to use areas that are already impacted to minimize additional damage. Avoid trampling vegetation and spreading out your impact. Third, dispose of waste properly. Pack it in, pack it out. This includes everything from food scraps to toilet paper. If you find trash left by others, consider picking it up. Every bit helps. Use biodegradable soap and wash dishes away from water sources. Fourth, leave what you find. Nature is beautiful just the way it is. Resist the urge to take souvenirs like rocks, plants, or artifacts. Take pictures instead. They last longer and don't harm the environment. Avoid building structures or digging trenches. Fifth, minimize campfire impact. Use a camp stove for cooking instead of a fire whenever possible. If you must have a fire, keep it small and use established fire ring. Always make sure your fire is completely out before leaving. Collect dead wood from the ground rather than cutting live trees. Sixth, respect wildlife. Observe animals from a distance and never feed them. Feeding wildlife can disrupt their natural behaviors and make them dependent on human. Remember, you're a guest in their home. Store food securely to avoid attracting animals in. Finally, be considerate of other visitors to show. Keep noise levels down and respect the tranquility of nature. Yield to other hikers on the trail and be courteous to everyone you meet. Share the trail and be mindful of group sizes. By following these 7 principles, you can help ensure that our natural spaces remain pristine and enjoyable for everyone. Thanks for watching and happy trails.
Welcome to Leave No Trace. This training will introduce you to the many actions and corresponding skills that you should master whenever you decide to turn your back on the world of civilization and venture in to the world of nature. Please pay close attention to what we will be covering, and feel free to ask any questions you may have at the end of each section. Ready to embark on an adventure to learn how to adventure? Ready to learn how to take only photos and leave only footprints? Awesome. Just grab your gear and let's go. We will dive into planning ahead and preparing, traveling and camping on durable surfaces, properly disposing of waste while you're out in nature, and leaving what you will find today. Let's begin. So, what is leave no trace? Let's call it standards created for use by individuals who hike, fish, mountain bike, or camp outdoors. Simply, these are for us when we wander into the wilderness and use the Earth's natural resources while we are there. Something to bear in mind. These standards are not laws. You will not get in trouble for breaking them. They are instead principles that are morally correct. There's just something we do as decent humans. Why have any guidelines at all? Well, because many amongst our forebears left their surroundings in such horrible condition, the Center for Outdoor Ethics, which was founded by the United States Department of Agriculture Forest Service, felt a need for a common set of rules for natural adventurers. They created the Leave No Trace philosophy in the 1960s. Why you are expected to leave no trace is simple, and it comes down to what I call the golden rule for the natural world. Leave it the way you would want to see it. By making sure that we do this, we will be able to minimize our impact. We can leave nature natural for others to enjoy the way it is supposed to be. And this allows us to show kindness and consider everyone else. These components, when exercised, will allow us to put the golden rule into practice. What exactly leaving no trace will do to our natural world can be very easily illustrated. Allow me to do so. I'd like you to look at this mountain vista. Beautiful, isn't it, chat? But now imagine how it would look over time if a couple decades of trash and sewage started beating up on it in addition to the natural erosion process. Ouch. That is painful to see. This most certainly wouldn't be cool. So please do not do this. Now we will learn how to prevent this by diving in and learning exactly how each principle works and how it shapes this whole process. Sorry about that, guys. Had to find a tune that worked. That, fits the moment. Now, let us review the 7 steps that comprise Leave No Trace Outdoor Ethics. Step 1 is to plan ahead and prepare, and it means research on every aspect of our outing before we go out. Next, we must travel and camp on durable surfaces. This seeks to minimize damage to the ground upon which we camp. Step 3 involves properly handling and getting rid of waste, which can be a big problem if not correctly treated. Leave what you find. You guys can look, but don't touch. We have our responsible use of campfires and the consequences they can have on the environment if they are misused. Step 6 asks us to respect the wildlife we may encounter while in the backcountry. And finally, step 7 is the universal golden rule of treating others the way you would want to be treated. This applies in the natural context as well, and it fundamentally sums up Leave No Trace. We will examine each of the items in detail. Let's start at the beginning with step 5. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Out in the wild, preparation is key. It's the difference between a good time and a disaster. A well-thought-out plan is your roadmap to success. It helps you anticipate challenges and pack the right gear. Without a plan, you're walking into the unknown unprepared. Think of planning like building a fire. You need the right materials and techniques. Similarly, planning requires gathering information and making decisions. What's the terrain like? What's the weather forecast? Answering these questions sets you up for a safer, more enjoyable experience. Remember, nature is unpredictable. Storms roll in quickly. Trails can be tougher than expected. But with a solid plan, you can adapt and overcome. Planning isn't about removing risk entirely. It's about minimizing it and being ready for whatever Mother Nature throws your way. So, before you head out, take the time to plan. It's the most important thing you can do to ensure a successful adventure. Gearing up is more than just tossing items in a backpack. It's about selecting the right tools for the job. Start with the essentials: a map, compass, first aid kit, and a way to make fire. These are your lifeline in a survival situation. Next, consider your clothing. Layer up for changing weather conditions. Opt for durable, weather-resistant fabrics. Footwear is crucial. Choose sturdy boots that provide ankle support. Pack extra socks to avoid blisters. Depending on your trip, you might need specialized gear like a tent, sleeping bag, or cooking equipment. Don't forget food and water. Pack high-energy snacks and enough water to stay hydrated. A water filter is essential for longer trips. Remember, every ounce counts. Pack efficiently and prioritize essential items. A well-packed backpack can be a lifesaver in the wilderness. It's your mobile base camp carrying everything you need to survive and thrive. So, choose your gear wisely, pack smart, and be prepared for anything. The wilderness is full of surprises. Weather can change in an instant. Trails can disappear. It's crucial to stay calm and assess the situation. If you get lost, remember the acronym STOP, Stop, Think, Observe, Plan. Find shelter and stay put. Use your map and compass to reorient yourself. Injuries happen. That's why a well-stocked first aid kit is essential. Learn basic first aid skills like treating cuts, burns, and sprains. Knowing how to splint a fracture or treat hypothermia can be life-saving. Wildlife encounters can be intimidating. Most animals are more afraid of you than you are of them. Make noise while hiking to avoid surprising them. Carry bear spray as a precaution. Remember, prevention is key. Stay aware of your surroundings. Listen to your instincts. If something feels off, trust your gut. The wild demands respect and careful consideration. By being prepared and staying vigilant, you can navigate challenges and emerge safely from any situation. Planning ahead is more than just a practical skill. It's a mindset. It's about taking responsibility for your actions and their consequences. When you plan, you empower yourself. You become more self-reliant and capable of handling whatever comes your way. This sense of self-reliance extends beyond the wilderness. It spills over into all aspects of life. You become better at problem-solving, decision-making, and adapting to change. These are invaluable skills that serve you well in any situation. Remember, planning is an ongoing process. It's not something you do once and forget about. It's about constantly assessing, adapting, and refining your approach. The more you plan, the more natural it becomes. It becomes a part of who you are, a capable, confident, and prepared individual ready to face any challenge. Stepping into the unknown is exhilarating. It's a chance to test your limits, connect with nature, and discover new perspectives. But with adventure comes responsibility. By planning ahead, you're not just ensuring your safety, you're honoring the wilderness and its power. Remember, the most rewarding adventures are often the ones we prepare for the most. So, embrace the unknown, seek out new challenges, and never stop exploring. But do it with a plan, because when you're prepared, you're free to truly experience the raw beauty and untamed spirit of the wild. Stay safe out there, and never underestimate the power of planning ahead.
Planning ahead and preparing is the most time-consuming step in the process. It is also one of the most important. Not devoting any or enough time and attention to it can end up with us having a very bad experience, or even prevent us from having a good experience again. Yes, I am talking about dying. Just chat, let's not do that. So, how do we do it? Firstly, we need to know where we are going. The trip starts way before we set one foot on the trail or cast a single line into the pond. We get ourselves as much information as we can about the places into which we will be visiting. If our destination is a state or national park, forest, or site, for example, Most resources on policies and even full-color trail maps in print or digital format can be found online. Many even have apps available. Some literature is not as easily obtainable as it can only be purchased. Regardless of how we obtain these documents, make sure we do, and make sure we take some time to intimately familiarize ourselves with them. Know them like we know our own names. Weather is also a vital consideration. Will it be sunny and brutally hot? Or can we be expecting a washout or a blizzard? Failing to take this factor into account can lead to a very uncomfortable and potentially fatal endeavor. Many places have strict guidelines on what we can and cannot do. We must be familiar with these. Yeah, right. Oh, yes. Good times, that was. Good times, that was indeed there on fire. We must be familiar with these regulations and restrictions and be sure we plan around them. Do not create a menu with the expectation of using a campfire to prepare all meals when the use of campfires are banned. Sounds pretty logical, We do not go into the wild without a supply of human waste bags called wag bags when the digging of cat holes is prohibited. This will be covered in point 3. Understand and become very familiar with the equipment we own, paying special attention to when and how it should be used. We will then be able to decide on whether the piece is the correct one to include for our particular outing. For instance, we are going to spend a few days during January in the High Uintas Wilderness. We know from studying almanacs and weather maps that it will be brutally cold for the few days. And we know from experience that a common 3-season tent will not provide enough protection against the elements. So, we will have to have a tent specifically designed for below 0-degree weather. Or we will have to have a larger 3-season tent into which we can re-erect the smaller tent that we plan on using. And the final point is just one for convenience. If it is practical, we will examine in person in advance of starting our preliminary planning by simply visiting it. This will give us a jump start. We will be able to discover potential spots for establishing campsites at the end of each day. We will also be able to know the lay of the land, and we can then incorporate that knowledge into the itinerary. Before we move on, let us take a quick look at a clip that will show a couple great resources useful for planning ahead and preparing. Gotta love that ad block, guys. Alright, so the good resources for us to check out will be... Excuse me. It would be weather.com, which doesn't give weather forecasts or anything, guys. MPS.gov, which is the National Park Service, and farmersalmanac.com. You guys might want to check those out and bookmark them for sure. So now, let me just ask you guys something. Are we human? I mean, I'm pretty sure that we are. And for the most part, that is a wonderful thing. Part of that beauty comes from the reality that everyone will all have limitations on what we can do, both physically and mentally. To enjoy and be safe and successful in the backcountry, we must be aware of and accept our personal limitations and do not ever attempt to do something that we know we cannot do. That being said, there are some skills that are very easy to master and more than worth learning if we are going to spend any time outdoors, including wilderness first aid, fire building, cooking, and basic organizational skills. That's right. We are strong because we are weak. And part of that strength lies in recognizing and using the talents and abilities of our comrades. 4 eyes are better than 2. 6 hands are better than 4, especially when it comes to the outdoors. Having the experiences, skills, and talents of others empowers us and provides more flexibility while we are in the backcountry and participating in other outdoor activities. Just remember that we must respect the boundaries of others as aggressively as we do our own, and do not ask too much of one single person.
Huh?
Before we continue, guys, do any of you have any questions about how to plan ahead and prepare? If so, just throw them up in chat, and I will be thrilled to answer them for you. No? Cool. Let's move on.
All right, folks, let's dive right in. When it comes to camping, one of the golden rules is to travel and camp on durable surfaces. This isn't just about convenience. It's about protecting the environment. So, what are durable surfaces? Think of rock, gravel, dry grasses, or snow. These surfaces can handle the foot traffic and tent setups without getting damaged. The idea here is minimal impact. You want to leave nature as you found it, if not better. When you're out there on the trail, stick to the path. Wandering off can damage plant life and cause erosion. Trails are designed to handle the wear and tear, so let's keep it that way. Now, when it's time to set up camp, look for a spot that's already been used. Established campsites are ideal because they concentrate the impact in one area. If you can't find one, aim for a site that's on a durable surface and at least 200 feet away from water sources. This helps protect the water from contamination and the shorelines from erosion. What if you're in a pristine area where there are no established campsites? Well, this is where it gets a bit tricky. Spread out your activities to avoid creating new trails or campsites. Move your tent, cooking area, and hangout spots around to spread the impact. And always pack out what you pack in. In winter, setting up on snow is usually a good bet. Snow is resilient and recovers quickly. Just make sure you're prepared and have the right gear to handle the cold. So, why is all this important? Simple. It's about preserving these beautiful places for future generations. When we camp responsibly, we ensure that others can enjoy the same stunning landscapes for years to come. It's all about respect. For nature, for wildlife, and for fellow campers. That's it for today's Camping 101. Remember, travel and camp on durable surfaces to keep our wilderness wild. Happy camping, and stay safe out there.
Hey, On Fire, Squealer, don't pitch that tent here. Jeez. Remember, the overall goal of Leave No Trace is to make an area look as though we were never there. Walking on resilient and forgiving terrain and selecting a usable campsite, while at the same time making sure we are not doing irreversible damage to the ground upon which we are camping, is the next important consideration. Welcome to Step 2. Travel and camp on durable surfaces. I would like to introduce you to the surface continuum, an illustration showing different types of ground and the toughness of each. The most durable surface is rock and stone. The next is snow and ice. And this is followed by compacted dirt and sand. Lastly, and the least preferred, is loose dirt and sand. Does anyone have any questions about anything related to traveling and camping on durable surfaces? Once again, guys, just put them in the chat and we'll take care of them. No? Cool. If you guys can just hang out for me for just a minute, I gotta look into something, and I will be right back.
Packs round the night, bark at the moon. The leader playing games till break of noon. Watch human fight, survival clock. Supermarket simulator overstock. Crofty lit with a digital glow. Everyone gather for the wild show. Action and roleplay in the night sway. Pac-Mates hollering, we got games to play. Hang out in the den where time stands still. Playing with the leader, getting our fill. Virtual worlds ours, come join the spree. Pac-Mates together, wild and free. Controllers clacked, eating up the night. Surviving the pixels feels so right. In the gathering dark, neons our sun. Pack leading us on till the day's begun. Simulations where we all unite. Battles bloom under crafty light. Grit and growl in this gamer's lair. Pack bound by the screens we share. Joystick dreams in a hunter's land. Play all night, games in hand. Den's our refuge where we belong. Leader guides us through the throng. Eating up the night, surviving the pixels feels so right. In the gathering dark, neons our sun. Pack leading us on till the day's begun. Hang out in the den where time stands still. Playing with the leader, getting our fill. Virtual worlds ours, come join the spree. Pac-Mates together, wild and free. Pac-Mates together, wild and free. Pac-Mates together, wild and free.
Hey, Rim. Welcome in. How you doing? Thanks for dropping into the den and potentially for the lurky lurk. And welcome back, everybody else. Sorry about that. Had to take care of something that popped up unexpectedly. But that's IRL, I think.
Hey there, fellow campers. Today I'm diving into an important topic, how to leave no trace by properly disposing of waste. Whether you're a seasoned adventurer or just starting out, these tips will help you keep our natural spaces pristine and enjoyable for everyone. First off, let's talk about human waste. When you're far from a restroom, you'll want to dig a cat hole. Find a spot at least 200 feet away from water sources, trails, and campsites. Dig a hole about 6 to 8 inches deep and do your business. Make sure to cover it up and pack out any toilet paper or hygiene products in a sealed bag. Remember, what you pack in, you pack out. Next up, let's tackle food waste. Leftover food and scraps might seem harmless, but they can attract wildlife and disturb the ecosystem. Always store your food in bear-proof containers or hang it high in a tree. And when you're cleaning up, strain out any food particles from your dishwater and pack them out. Scatter the strained water away from your campsite to avoid attracting animals. Now, onto trash. This one's simple. Pack it in, pack it out. Bring along a trash bag and collect all your waste, including food wrappers, packaging, and any other non-natural materials. Double-check your campsite before leaving to make sure you haven't left anything behind. If you see trash left by others, be a good steward and pick it up. Finally, let's touch on biodegradable items. Even though items like fruit peels or paper are biodegradable, they still take time to break down and can harm wildlife in the meantime. Your best bet is to pack these out too. By following these simple waste disposal tips, you'll be doing your part to preserve the beauty of our natural spaces. Remember, leaving no trace is all about respecting nature and ensuring that future generations can enjoy it just as much as we do. Happy camping, and see you on the trails.
It is, guys, that time to explore how to handle garbage and human waste in the backcountry. The concept of dealing with waste, whether garbage or human, may at first seem like a daunting task. However, although there are a lot of factors to consider, the rules which govern the management and removal of unwanted stuff are universal. They are the same for all kinds of refuse, and they are the same in all situations. The following is fundamentally what is involved. I'm going to reiterate again. If you bring it in, you take it out. Specifically, how do we deal with food wrappers, cans, packages, and leftover food? Make sure that all wrappers, beverage containers, and other rubbish is placed into a trash bag. Do not simply toss these items onto the ground. Be sure to inspect that bag before you use it for punctures or holes, and replace it with another if any imperfections are found. Discard the damaged bag. And before you head back up the trail, survey the area to make sure there is no debris left unattended. Pick it up and put it in a trash bag, even if you know it is not yours. Please remember that we need to take the filled bags or bags with us. Do not leave them there. This is no better than leaving individual pieces of garbage on the ground. Here is an important point to ponder. Do not deposit trash or filled bags into the fire unless absolutely necessary. And I repeat, unless it's absolutely necessary. The chemicals released in the smoke when trash is burned are not only unhealthy to breathe, but they can create long-term harm to the environment. Now, as we are aware, everybody's gotta go. And it makes no difference if you are sitting comfortably in a house or relaxing in a cozy sleeping bag in the woods. What is different is how you deal with the results. So, are we ready to cut the crap on human waste management in the backcountry? Let us take a look at our number one for a minute. Do not pee on any ground that is within 200 feet or approximately 70 steps from a pond, lake, river, or ocean. A good practice that I have discovered from personal experience is to identify a tree that I call the pea tree, which is at least the established distance from a water source, and use the tree for urination. Make sure all members of our team know where it is when the urge comes. This way, nobody is walking on terrain into which someone has relieved themselves. Any toilet paper should be folded and placed into a bag to pack out. With a number 2, there is a little more involved in the management process. Some state or national parks provide basic or modern restrooms to take care of our business. We should use them. When our camp is a few hundred feet from a trail, however, the novelty of a bathroom will not typically be available. In this case, dig boy, dig, is the order of business. Dig with that handy spade or shovel you have in your pack. Excavate a decent-sized hole. Squat over. Take care of business. Drop any toilet paper on top. And scoop the discarded dirt back into the hole. Pat it down to compress the soil afterward. Both the feces and the toilet paper will decompose over time, so there will be no trace of your business after a few weeks. Some areas do not have facilities, and there are explicit policies that make digging holes against the rules. Do not worry, though. There is still an option that does not require you to squeeze your cheeks and pray. I would like to introduce you to the Wag Bag. This is a special purpose item that is designed specifically for us to take care of our business in an efficient way. The container even has odor neutralizing chemicals that allow the bag to be placed into your pack or a trash bag in your pack.
Huh?
So, chat, any questions so far? We will encounter a lot of stuff on our journey into which we may place value because it is an icon to our experience. Just as most of us hold an item due to its emotional connection to a person or situation, a simple nest or rock could impact us in a profound way that we could never have imagined. We may be tempted, therefore, to take the object with us and add it to our collection. Step 4 puts the brakes on this and explains exactly why we should not make that cool-looking bird's nest our own. By resisting the urge to grab something and stow it in our packs, we will allow that family of birds to continue living and existing comfortably. We will also enable others to give as much appreciation as we did when we encountered the object. Remember, the outdoors are home to an incredible number of other species. These plants and animals would not want to return from a hard day's work to find their home changed. Nor would we want to discover our houses have been attacked. The concept is the same. Let us sum this up with a quote. If it wasn't there, don't leave it there. If you didn't have it, don't take it. Take a photo instead, as it will last longer and not cause problems. We have examined a lot of thought-provoking concepts so far, and in an effort to not fully overwhelm and confuse your brain, and to allow you time to contemplate what we have discussed, we will explore the remaining 3 principles next time. I am Matthew Croft with Crofty's Den. Thank you very much for visiting Den, and please join me next time as we continue to uncover how to take only photos and leave only footprints. Take care, guys. I know it was a short stream, but I appreciate everybody dropping in and hanging out. I will catch you guys tomorrow. We'll be doing some gaming. But, and we will be back here on Wednesday night with the exciting conclusion of Leave No Trace Outdoor Ethics. Take care, guys, and for now, remember, keep those howls coming. Later!
The sun's dipped below, the night rolls in. Crofty Den's tuckered out, it's time for him. In that old cabin, neath the moon's soft gleam, where dreams begin, he's closing his stream. With the tip of his hat and a tired grin, he bids goodnight to his newfound friends. This ain't goodbye, just a short farewell. He'll be back soon with more tales to tell. Good night, Crofty Den, sleep tight, and then when the morning sun rises, we'll stream again till the rooster crows and the day begins anew. We'll be waiting here just for you. Good night, Crofty Den, sleep tight, and then when the